Now, you might have said at the start of 2025, when Meghan Markle wrote in the sand, well, this could have been, would have been, and some people might say should have been, their year. You know, they'd had another hectic year in 2024. And if you're Prince Harry, you must think, does this ever end? Does this battle ever stop? Well, clearly not in the world of Meghan and Harry. They are a sort of running soap opera of their own direction, their own writing, as it were. And the bigger issue that you have now with Meghan and Harry is everything that they set up that was apparently going to be absolutely spiffing and marvellous is literally coming back to haunt them. See, at the start of the year, we had things like the Vanity Fair bombshell, some people say, attack, all about exactly how they'd failed in their dreams to become the darlings of the media, the darlings of Hollywood. But then this happened, and it's going to get worse. As ever, let me explain. Chums, good to see you today, and thank you so much for taking the time out. I genuinely mean that, because I know we're all busy, and I am grateful that you watch the videos and, you take the time out to like and share. I love the comments, I get so engrossed in some of the comments. I bumped into a lady the other day, just sat on a wall, reading some of your comments, and, she said hello, and I was, you do this, don't you? I thought, what? And then you think, I said, oh, hello, sorry. And I was so miles away because, of course, you're thinking, yes, I agree with that. Oh, I'd forgotten about that and all that sort of stuff. So it's lovely, but thank you, genuinely, for taking the time out. And if you can, please like and share. As I said, at the start of the year, this was the big bombshell, wasn't it? We'd had the Hollywood Reporter, Diva Duchess in high heels, all that sort of stuff. And then this, the Vanity Fair, literally wiped everything else away, because there they had people on record, Meghan shopping around a post-divorce book and all that sort of stuff. Incredible. and you think, well, could it get any worse? Well, it did, when this particular lady went on television and, of course, had an interview with the esteemed Financial Times over here in Great Britain, and basically accused Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of being bullies and, complicit in trying to get her removed from her position as the chair of the Centre Barley charity. And this is particularly damaging, simply because it's just very, very damaging. There is this couple that believe they're all about charity and, this is their world. And then we found out a couple of years back that it's not their world, it's 1 hour a week. Some people might suggest it's a very good hustle, as ever, allegedly. The other side of it is, as we saw in February, Meghan could not be bothered to wear any of the merchandise of the very much thing that she claims Harry's working on all the time. Remember the insufferable speech at the beginning? Why are you on the phone? It's Invictus. Well, if you loved Invictus so much, turn up in the merchandise, show some support, wear the baseball hat. No, this wasn't brand aligning for Meghan and, of course, her little social media following. Here's where this gets interesting, though, because now Centre Barley is stepping up. As you know, the Charity Commission are going to have a deep dive into the workings of that and exactly what went wrong and who went wrong. Now, the bottom line for this is, even whatever the outcome is, and one might suspect, given the power, as ever allegedly, of Harry and Meghan, I would suspect they will come out of this once again rather free, right? But two companies over here in the United Kingdom, one for a channel that is normally very much on their side, and another more commercial-fied channel, are both working on documentaries of their own, the sort of thing, where they dig deep. They've found ex-staff workers who worked alongside them and worked in the charity, and they want to get their own take on this bombshell, which is a bombshell because there you have the son of the king basically being claimed to be a bully. And this is on record from, of course, the chair. Yes, that's right. So this is still in the early stages of planning, and I've been told this could be out as soon as it's concluded. Those fast turnaround documentaries? What's going to be interesting, I believe, and this is the thing all along, there are pivotal people in that setup on that day that were filming for Netflix. For instance, Serena Williams. Why has she not come out and defended either one or the other lady and saying, I don't really want to get involved, I didn't hear much. But of course, there's no sisterhood when it comes to negative PR. And even Meghan Markle, who would have thought her chum of many years might have said, game, set and match, I'm on your side. Well, the silence is deafening, but not for the documentary makers, and this will prove once again a whole heap of bad PR. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.